But again, we are tracking some flash flood potential. So let's go ahead and bring in meteorologist Chris Mulcahy on this Friday morning. Off to a running start. Yes, wave the parade. Hello.
Yeah, I've been wanting to show off my princess float wave for a while.
Looks
so
pretty
It's
good.
cute.
yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. It's all about the cup hand.
Yeah.
Yep.
Very proper.
Thank you. We appreciate
Very
it.
regal.
Yeah, and we might not be waving that way to some of these storms, but letting you know that really getting right into it this afternoon and evening, I know that's a broad zone, that's where we're going to stay weather alert. So that means most of the day that we're actually going to be A-okay. So getting right to it, it's actually kind of a double threat that we got going on today. That we have a chance for flash flooding, that's heavy rain, stay alert, stay updated, you know how to do all the above, but the double threat that we're looking at is actually one that's kind of been evolving over the last day or so. Yesterday we had a low chance for severe storms. We still have that in place, but I'm seeing some signs that there is a slightly better potential for this going forward. So our general timing to narrow down the actual hours, 2 p.m. till 10 p.m., flooding, lightning, strong winds are all going to be a possibility. That it's really after 4 o'clock specifically for the Charlotte area that I think that we're really opening up that window, maybe seeing some darker clouds approaching off in the distance. One of the telltale signs will also be you have that cool wind that starts to pick up. That's the outflow boundary of a storm that, maybe something's coming. Doesn't solidify that you're going to see something there. You just know that storms are close by in the area. Temperatures are going to be close to 90 degrees. Now, because the cloud cover the way it's been, it's going to be really stubborn. Some of us are only going to reach the upper 80s. Meanwhile, others will be right about 90, 91. So I have a high of 90 degrees for Charlotte today. I just brought it down one tick. Now, of course, we see more sunshine. We'll move back to that 91, 92. But we are starting that downturn for our temperatures. But you can see from this graphic alone, the 60% means likely. And that's 4, 5, and 6. So I would say that that's really our best hours that we're going to have a potential for storms in Charlotte in the 485 loop. And then as you're going on to the night's forecast, by the way, Wingardium Leviosa, I'm not going to Avada Kedavra or anything like that, but it's a Harry Potter night at the night's. Oh. Yeah. Carlene, I know you're a Harry Potter fan.
I am a Harry Potter.
I know what house you're a part of. Yeah, you're a Slytherin. Yeah, she's a proud Slytherin too. Not all Slytherins are evil, y'all.
No.
Nope.
You know, Snape seemed bad, but it was the long game. He turned out good in the end. You know what I mean? You had to get there.
Yeah, strong-willed. And also we have Lily here too, is a resident Harry Potter fan too. And Lily, you were saying that you were a Ravenclaw, correct?
Yes.
That sounds right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You can see that.
Guess what I am?
The other one.
You're a Hufflepuff, right?
Yeah, see? She,
Right.
yeah, Hufflepuff.
That's right. I think you told me this before.
Yeah, I got Hufflepuff vibes.
You do.
Jane, do you even know anything we're talking about?
Yes, I've seen all the Harry Potters.
Okay.
I have not taken the quizzes. I went to the Harry Potter at Universal.
It's great.
It is very, very good.
Very overwhelming, great.
really,
My
really
eyes.
cool. The
I feel like
castle.
you're Gryffindor.
I do too.
I think you're totally a Gryffindor.
The wise one.
No, the wise one's Ravenclaw. Gryffindor is really
Strong moral
you're not,
fiber.
Yeah,
Good
yeah.
people.
Oh, okay.
Harry
Brave,
Potter
courageous.
is
Harry Potter.
is
Yeah.
a Gryffindor.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, no. Well,
makes sense.
so technically we
Nice.
have
I'm Gryffindor.
everyone in
everyone
the
represented.
Hogwarts house here.
Yep, we're here. We're all
If
here.
you don't know anything about Harry Potter, I'm sorry for wasting a minute of your life. But we clearly are all fans, or at least seen the movies. But anyways, it's Harry Potter night, so there might be some magic later on too, because it's also fireworks afterwards. But just letting you know, could have a wet seat, but also some lingering showers and storms. So if you are going to that game or have any evening plans, be advised. As I mentioned, 90 degrees is the high for today, but some of us are going to hit the upper 80s to just leveling out about 90, 91. Real quick, since it is day 1 of August, it is official that July was hot as fill in the blank, and it was official tie for the second hottest on record, just tying 1986. You never want to be in 1993. So I hope from all the time that I'm here reporting for you on WCNC, we're not challenging 1993, because that was a substantially hot year, and it also was a wicked year because there also was a big-time snow event that year too. Okay, so for our excessive rain impacts, we have a moderate threat for flooding, but as I showed you, we also have a low-end risk for severe storms. So there's that double duo that we have today. And I think that the severe threat really evolves a little bit more as it heads down to the southeast of us and southeast of Charlotte. flip, and the front is already past us technically, but it's this little piece of energy, this little low, that's going to drive up more showers and storms. And it's at that point the two kind of collide for a decent shot at storms throughout the day. So we have the heating of the day that's going to allow for developing showers and storms up in the foothills and the mountains. That's about noon 2. Then about 2 to 4, we're starting to see them slide down to the southeast. Now, this window, and that's why I had 2 to 10, is potentially opened up later, because I am seeing some signs that if the development of that low comes later, that we go most of the afternoon without a storm chance, and then you move this back by about 2 hours max. So that would mean that this line that you're seeing here is about 6. So kind of give that there's what's called a standard deviation by about a couple of hours, but you can still say in general, late afternoon to early evening, that's your bread and butter. That's where I think we're seeing most of the storms. Notice what happens here. So this is interesting. I want to bring up my good old pointer tool, because I don't have a green screen here. So notice this line of storms right here. You're starting to see some notches, a little bit of bowing. We'll move it a little bit further, and then it turns into this. This is what Carlene refers to as the shrimp guy, the shrimp. When it starts getting a little shrimpy, you have a bowing line segment. It really shrimps out there. It's kind of backing its you-know-what up right there. And then you have this little head here that sometimes you can have a spin-up tornado along this. There is some wind shear. Right now we have a near-zero risk for tornadoes, but down to the southeast, there's enough that you could have kind of that spin-up potential. But the main thing that we're seeing here is a chance for more damaging winds if this comes to fruition. So that's about 6 to 8. So you can see that the line comes a lot more organized right there. So I think most of the energy right now is pointing really from Charlotte down to the southeast, really heading into the early evening. So I just wanted to kind of make that as a focal point. And then this turns into kind of a definition of what's called a mesoscale convective system, MCS. That literally is just pretty much its own little smaller scale low that has damaging winds on the front edge and then can travel on its own fruition. But then it's gone, but something remains. The moisture, the clouds, and the rain. We're going to have on and off rain throughout your Saturday. It's not going to be a motivating day. Board gamers, this is a perfect stay-in and board gamer type of forecast, because I think we're also in the morning going to have some mist and some drizzle and some fog, but we will also have some dry spots. So if you're talking about just a cloudy sky and it's dry and you're dodging in between the rain, that's a great time to finally walk the dog if you haven't wanted to do it when it's been this hot. That's the first time to go out and maybe do some yard work that you don't have to worry about feeling 10 to 15 degrees hotter in direct sunshine. So there's a lot of silver linings here. If you're one that is driven by the power of the sun, then be lazy. Seriously, take advantage of these times. But it's this cloud cover that's going to make you feel so much cooler. 77 degrees, that is substantial, and then we'll have a on and off rain chance heading into your Sunday. This has not happened in a while. 77 tomorrow is our first 70-degree high that we've had since May 31st, on May 30th and May 31st, the last weekend of May, we hit 77 and 79. So it's been 63, 64 degree days since we've been this cool. After tomorrow, we can expect those temperatures to try to come back up. The best case scenario I have for you is that the clouds and rain break middle of the afternoon and you actually have some sunshine to end your Saturday. That would bring temperatures closer to 80. But I think that happens on Sunday. Sunday, I still think you could have a passing shower, but you start to see at least a cloudy sky look brighter, and then that cloudy sky that I think that's brighter eventually could give way to some spots of blue. But I've seen cases scenarios like this all the time that we're calling for a completely cloudy day, and the sun does come out tomorrow. There'll be sun. Then heading into next week, we have the lower 80s. Right now, preliminary, because we usually do pick of the week for like a Monday through Sunday basis. Right now, I'm trending that Monday is our pick of the week, because 83 degrees, mix of cloud and sunshine, the usual pop-up shower thunderstorm, but it's also feeling a lot drier. This is going to be a substantial difference. So I want to show you this chart right here. Where we've been has been just absolutely downright muggy. The last few days, we've been living in that very humid range to borderline tropical air. Well, look at this drop off. We're even visiting the comfy range. So all smiles for your Sunday and Monday. It actually feels okay. It starts to come back up on Monday. If Sunday can get some sunshine, boy, is that going to feel great. You have sunshine, it actually isn't overly humid, but then we're right back where you usually would see for this time of year. As for the 90s, they will return. We have not seen the 70s, as I mentioned, since late May, but we haven't seen consecutive 80-degree highs since the middle of June. It has been a while. We'll see multiple 80-degree days. It's not until the following weekend on Saturday and Sunday, the 9th and 10th of August, that we're back into the lower 90s. As far as our lows go, that's also going to be a nice little break. We're not dealing with the mid-70s each and every morning or the even 70 degrees. We're talking about 65 on Monday morning, the 60s after that, before we're back to the usual 90 and 70 by the back end of the 10-day.
Wow. Okay. So tomorrow, bottom line, though, after the morning, we'll have some clearing.
I think clearing
Here and
for
there.
rain. That was you were hearing my Chris being an optimist.
Oh, okay.
So the most optimistic part is the afternoon dries out and you actually see a brighter sky. But the most likely scenario right now is it stays cloudy most of the day. I think it's dampest during the morning, but you will see a passing shower here and there throughout the day. But regardless, you still have a much cooler environment in the 70s, and even an 80-degree high on Sunday means you're in the 70s most of the day, and it does get brighter that day, and it does get drier as well.